All right, we are now recording. Happy New Year, everybody. You that's just coming in, we're glad that you're with us. Does our heart good to see and connect with everybody. I want to welcome our new members. Do we have anybody this is your first go around with us? Hey, Betty, how are you? Got a new member there. Good to have you. Good to have you. Hey, April, I hope the Shibboleth family will make you feel welcome. We're glad that you're a part of us. We are a ministry first and foremost, and certainly have to operate with some business principles, but we are a ministry first and foremost. Hey, everybody, good to have you. First challenge for some. Betty, we love you. It's good to have you. This challenge is going to be very familiar territory for some of you that finished out the year with us, but we are going to change some things up. I feel like not only am I going to give some direction, I'm going to also be offering direction, offering accountability. I'm going to be teaching you some advanced health topics in a fun way. So if you did the Castaway challenges at the end of last year, you'll enjoy this one if you enjoyed that one. But we're going to do more teaching this time. We want to teach you some advanced stuff. Hey, what's up, everybody? Dogfight. Here we go. We got the dogfight. Let me get up. I'm going to pull up my screen. Bear with me for just a moment. Or I should say share my screen. All right, you should be seeing my screen. It's going to take me just a minute to get set up here. Everybody see my screen? You should see a graphic. I won't be able to chat as well. I can't really see the chat too well when I'm sharing my screen, but I'll move back and forth so that I can see the screen. I'm going to come back right now so I can see the chat. I want to make sure that you can see and hear me. Could you all see and hear me okay? And could you hear me? Because for some reason it was showing that my mic wasn't working. There's no reason for it not to be working. Okay, good. You're hearing me. All right, I'm going to go back and share the screen, and we're going to get started. All right. One of the fun things we're going to do with this is at the end of the week, and y'all know how it goes. It's the first of the year, so I'm going to give you all I got. I'm going to stay with you. And I'm going to do this with you, this challenge, until there's not anybody left to do it, basically. I'm not saying that one person, we're going to do it, keep going week after week with one person, but I'm saying as long as the group has interest, because it's the beginning of the year, I'm going to run this thing out with you as long as you're fired up about it. And at the end of each week, we will announce several winners. We're going to do it based upon results and then based upon, maybe even like an honor system, not honor system, but honorable mention kind of thing, where maybe somebody didn't lose the most weight, but it was obvious that they were helpful. They were journaling. They were doing everything that they were supposed to. Attitude was amazing. We may even award some dog tags to those people. But at the end of each week, we're going to send our winners these little dog tags. I think stuff like that is fun. We try to go the extra mile. We try to fund it so that we can, get little things like this for you. And they're just simple things, but they signify accomplishment. And we're going to be sending our winners. We'll choose maybe 3 winners each week and a couple of honorable mentions. And we'll choose our 3 winners based upon percentage of weight lost. Not weight loss, because somebody that's a lot larger than another would have a built-in advantage there. So we're going to do it by percentage of weight loss. What percentage of weight loss did you lose, and who lost the greatest percentage that given week, and then fulfilled all of the requirements, did not tap out. So we're going to have some fun with that. So you can earn your dog tags by being one of our weekly challenge winners, and we'll run these weeks out as long as it makes sense. But this is a 1-week challenge. I have found that's best, to offer people an opportunity to finish what they start. In the past, I've done challenges as long as 12 weeks, but you start with a couple of hundred and you end with 2. And what happens, in my opinion, you got a lot of people that get down on themselves because they couldn't finish, or they didn't finish. You could, but you didn't. I like these challenges because anybody can do this for a week. If you don't do this for a week, you don't get down on yourself, you laugh at yourself, and you just say, I just ain't ready. If I can't do it a week, for goodness sake, I'm just not ready. I don't have a big enough why. I don't have a big enough reason. But anybody can do anything for 1 week. So I make it very intense. And what happens is, after a week, if you finish what you promised yourself you would finish, you start building self-confidence and self-discipline, and you'll find that you can go 12 weeks and be very self-disciplined, because you're building that self-discipline. It's very important to start and finish. You don't want to just start, you want to finish too. So that's what this is about. Now, we're going to put emphasis on this number 112. I'll explain that as we get into it. We're going to build this challenge around that number, 112, and I'll explain that soon. And we're calling it the dogfight challenge because, I don't know that's the best term for a challenge, but I like it because I think it's just real. I think to lose weight, I've often said that losing weight is easy, and it is. It is so easy to lose weight, y'all. It is so easy. It's so easy to lose it. It's so easy to keep it off. So why don't we do it? It's also easy not to do it. There's nothing difficult about eating 3 healthy meals a day on a regular Shibboleth plan. If it's difficult for somebody to eat great tasting food 3 times a day and lose all the weight that they want to lose, if that's difficult, we got to really do a checkup from the neck up about our perspective on life and what the meaning of life is. And, because it's not difficult. The difficulty is in the culture you live in. It's easy not to do what you're supposed to be doing. So it's easy to do it, but it's also easy not to do it. So you really have to get in a dogfight with it. That's why complacency, often you see members who've lost a lot of weight and they grow complacent and they gain the weight back. They forgot how to fight. You got to get in a dogfight with yourself. You got to get in a dogfight with your surroundings. It is a fight. And that's where the difficulty is. It's a fight. And it's just too easy not to do it. So we got to get the right mindset, and we got to get in a fight with this thing. We got to go to war with the devil, and we've got to go to war with ourself and our nature. The Bible says that the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. So you got to get in a dogfight with your flesh. Your spirit has got to get in a dogfight with your flesh. And that's why this is the dogfight challenge. It's an attitude that you need. In order to get this done, you think about it. If you're complacent about this, I need to lose weight this year and I'm going to do it. As soon as somebody floats a donut under your nose, you're going to go for it. You're going to do it because you ain't got the right mental attitude. It's a dogfight. You got to mean it. This has got to be so important to you. It all starts with your thoughts. Your thoughts. If you're doing regular Shibboleth or you're doing a challenge, the first thing that you got to get in a dogfight with is your thoughts. You've got to control your thoughts. When you want something that they brought in to the office that day, or I went to Planet Fitness before I come back to St. Augustine, went to Planet Fitness there in Cartersville to get my workout on. And lo and behold, they're celebrating something over there with pizza. Pizza everywhere. People trying to lose weight, and they got pizza everywhere, everywhere. Our team, you may walk in a center and find them eating a Big Mac, but not if I'm there. It ain't going to happen. That's trouble, because that's a safe place, and we need to be eating healthy, practicing what we preach in those centers. People trying to lose weight, you're going to bring in junk at a gym. Doesn't make sense. So you've got to constantly be monitoring your thoughts, because you're going to go in somewhere like a Planet Fitness and there's pizza. And one thought would say, well, I'm about to work it off and it sure does look good. And it's free. After all, they're offering me free pizza. Your thoughts will cause you to act on them. You have to take inventory of them, and you have to think different thoughts. I don't want that. I don't want that. The entire workout, if I eat that pizza, all my past days of effort are gone. The fat bus comes on the scene. And then I got to go try to burn the calories off. Why not just go over and get on the treadmill and go on and burn fat off, not have this pizza, burn the fat off, go home and eat a category 1, 2 MCT that tastes better than the pizza anyway. The pizza is just devil food. It's junk. See, you got to inventory your thoughts. Start off 2018 watching those thoughts. You've got to think, I can do, I will do, and I am. But then it's not just your thoughts that's going to carry you forward. It's your actions. It's your actions. The Bible says that it's not the hearer of the word that's justified. It's the doer of the word that is justified. Now think about that. This is what we're kind of saying here. You can think good, positive thoughts all day long. You can think right all day long. You've got to act on them. You've got to execute your plan. You've got to execute. Execution. We're going to give you a plan. Shibboleth gives you a plan. Hold on here. Got a problem. Look like I had a little hang up there. Is everybody still with me? Scary picture. You're still with me? Okay. It said it had stopped for some reason. Let me get this back up. You got to execute your plan. You have to execute. You've got to do what you set out to do. And you got to execute it daily. You got the thoughts, the actions. Now you got to execute. I'm going to ask you all to do some things that some are not doing consistently. Like what? Journaling. You've got to have your daily method of operation. You don't have to be, if you want to lose weight and keep it off this year, at some point food has to become a tool and not entertainment. At some point, you're going to have to unplug from the idea that food is entertainment. It is a tool. It is sustenance. It's a great thing that we can enjoy it, and it gives us some mouth pleasure. But what it's really for is to fuel us. And just like brushing your teeth, just like putting on your deodorant, those things you do daily, not because they entertain you. I don't know anybody here that brushing your teeth is just a pure pleasure and entertainment to you and for you, yet you do it every day. I really want to see you, even when you don't want to, execute your plan as it relates to food. And part of that is your journal. You've got to journal. You've got to plug into that. I don't want to, Travis. Then you don't want to lose weight. I've been doing it so long, y'all. Betty knows I have. Betty's here. Betty will tell you, I've been doing this a long time, and I just want people to take my word for it. If you don't journal, odds are not in your favor as far as losing weight and keeping it off. I've known people to lose weight without journaling. I've never known them to keep it off without journaling if they formerly had a problem with their weight. All right, so once you find that plan and you have success, some of you have had success with the plan. You've executed the plan. You've worked on your thoughts. You've acted on the plan. You've executed the plan. Once you find a successful system, you have to do it over and over and over. When do you do this? When do you follow the plan? Shibboleth lifestyle. Every day, every day, every day. But I don't want to today. Too bad. That's just tough. That's just tough. There's some things we got to do every day. But Travis, I thought we could have holidays on the regular plan. You can. That's part of the plan. But you have to live the lifestyle every day, every day. That's the only way you're going to keep. I don't want to. I'm not into it. I can't get my motivation back. Do you know how many times I have not been motivated, but did it anyway? I did it anyway. I did it anyway. The motivation always comes back around. The difference is when my motivation comes back around, I'm not starting with more weight gain again. I hold the line. I hold the line. I just hold on for dear life. I don't want to gain weight. I've got a plan. I've got to do it even when I don't feel like doing it. And then guess what? Motivation comes back around. Then I'm fired up making more progress. But I know so many people that when they're motivated, they drop 30. And when they're not motivated, they put 35 on. You can't do that this year. Don't do that. I'm just sounding all preachy. I didn't want to start 2018 this way. I can't help it. I just love you. So I got to preach at you. You got to commit here on January the 2nd. I will not back down. I will do it even when I don't feel like doing it. Okay. One of the things that we're going to watch out for during the challenge and moving forward is no mindless eating. Don't just grab things and eat. Don't just grab that popcorn out of the pantry. Don't just grab 2 or 3 little Hershey Kisses and think that they're meaningless. Mindless eating. I like to say grazing. Grazing is causing folks more issues, more problems with their weight than almost anything I know. Just grazing. My mother may be watching this, but at the end of the year, Mama's a pretty disciplined person, but I can't get these few pounds off. I said, you grazing, ain't you? Well, not much. And it's good stuff that I graze with. Doesn't matter. No grazing. We have certain things we eat and certain times we eat, and that's what we do. But Travis, this sounds like I'm going to give up stuff. I don't want to give up stuff. Life is too short to give up stuff. You're giving up the important things by not getting this weight off. We've all been there and done that with food. We've all been there and done that. Why don't we try something new? Where has food and an addiction to it led you thus far? Has it led you happier and with a more abundant life, or sadder and just a more abundant waistline? Been there, done that. It's not like I'm telling you, you can't. If you were an alcoholic, we'd say you're going to have to give it up forever. If the doctor told you to quit smoking, you'd have to give it up forever. You can't even have a puff of one. We're not telling you that with food. We're just saying you can't do it all day, every day. You can't eat what you want all the time. You can't do it. And you can't graze. You can't mindless eat. This challenge is going to help you exercise and learn self-discipline, and that you can get by without eating all the time and feel better. It's going to create mental toughness. There's going to be times you want to eat, but it's not time to eat on this challenge, and you're going to tough it on out. That's going to create mental toughness. And we're going to break, Lord, I hope, we're going to break some bad habits. We're going to break some bad habits. Here's the challenge in a nutshell. You're going to do what I do. You're going to do what I do. What I do is this. You won't have to eat what I eat when I eat it, but you'll have to eat from a list when I eat from the list. You'll eat when I eat. If I do not eat, you do not eat. You'll have a 4-hour window to eat after I eat, and I will notify you 2 different ways. I'll notify you through text notification if you want that, and or Facebook notifications. You have a 4-hour window to eat after I eat. You must post or make an entry after I post and make an entry. So, sorry about the little grammar error there. You're going to make a post. If you don't do Facebook, you just got to journal. Just journal. It's on the honor system. In fact, if a person will lie to themselves, that they're the one that has to live with lying to themselves. So if you want to cheat the system, you're cheating yourself. You'll never develop self-confidence, self-esteem. So if you're not a part of Facebook and you can't make those posts, I like to see people make the post because it helps other people. And if you do post something that was wrong and we all say, that's not on the list, that's not on the list, don't get offended. Don't get mad. We're trying to help one another, okay? Eat from the list, only from the list. Now, we don't count calories on regular Shibboleth. But if you are one of those that are more analytical in nature, when you're putting your meals together from the list, try to make sure they're 350 calories or less. Do a quick mental count and just make sure they're 350 or less. See, 350 calories will take your body approximately 4 hours to go through before your body really starts burning fat. So we don't want big, huge meals where you don't get back into fat burning in between meals. We want you burning booty all day long. So you can follow the portion rule and you'll be fine, but if you're analytical in nature, just think 350 or less. And we're going to have a home page. Let me give this to you. A home page where you can find everything that you need. Bear with me here. Let me stop the share for just a moment. So let me give you, now Raj is still working on this. Don't take it as the gospel yet. The meal list is pretty accurate, but we're still working on sprucing it up a little bit. This is your link where you're going to find everything. We'll revisit this link together in a minute. Seafood is on the list, so you're going to be all right. Seafood's my favorite. You got to have seafood. I mean, that's what Jesus said. Broiled fish. All right. So that I just put the little home page that we have for the challenge. This is only for our members. We're really trusting of our members. We know our members care about us. So don't give this out to non-members, please. This is your homepage. And besides that, people that try to do this on their own are not going to be successful. So there's your link, and that's where you're going to be able to find everything that you're going to need for the challenge. And I'll come back and we'll look at that together in a moment. I want to finish talking about the challenge. Do what I do, eat when I eat. If I don't eat, you don't eat. 4-hour window. You must post or make an entry after I post and make an entry. Eat from the list. Keep the calories at 350 or less. There's our homepage. 16 hours per day. 16 hours per day of fasting equal 112 hours of fasting in 1 week. Legitimate, I'm not talking about clickbait on the internet. blogs and blogs and blogs of fake news, fake nutritional news, clickbait would have you to believe the more you spread, the more meals you have during the day, the more that's going to ramp up your metabolism. But legitimate health organizations have decidedly and factually pointed to the constant eating and feeding our digestive systems without ever giving the digestive system a break is one of the main culprits of disease. So the body can't really heal itself when its energy reserves are always digesting food, especially the unhealthy foods and garbage that most of us eat. So what this weekly challenge is doing kind of behind the scenes, if you follow it, is giving you, and I bet if you go back and you really think about it, you've not done this ever in your life. What this does is this challenge is going to give you 112 hours. 112 hours of fasting in a week's time. What is it? 168 hours in a week. This is going to give you 112 hours of no food, faux show, straight fasting, 112 hours of fasting for 1 week, and it's going to change your life, just like it has mine. Anytime I lose focus, this gets it back. So this 112 hours of fasting during 1 week that we're forcing upon those that will submit to the system, this is going to change your life. You must time your meals. Now, really, I'm going to do this for you. But if you get off track, I need you to pay special attention to this. You must time your meals as such that you have a 16-hour fast between your last meal and the next day's meal. I should say it has to be at least 16. So if you follow what I do and you only eat when I eat, you don't even need to worry about counting any hours. The 16-hour fast is being forced upon you by you just following the system. But if you get off track a little bit, and let's say that I eat dinner at 4 p.m. and you don't eat until 8 p.m., then I want you to pay attention to this fast. And this includes sleep time. Maybe some of you just want to, if you don't have a job, you just want to go to bed for a week so you don't eat. You'll still lose lots of weight. It's amazing how that works. You burn more calories asleep than you do watching TV. But anyway, we're forcing upon you a 112-hour fast, and I just wanted you to be aware of what's going on so that when this challenge is over and you have those human times where you've lost focus on your weight loss and wellness goals, you can go back to this and do this for a few days and get your mojo back. It works like a charm, okay? You're going to feel phenomenal. I'm telling you, your body needs this rest and recoup time. This is going to optimize your metabolism in just a couple of days. And it's going to optimize hormones that aid in and with weight loss. It's healing. This helps heal the human body, this fasting. No wonder the good book talks so much about fasting for both spiritual reasons and physical well-being reasons. You can sign up for notifications through text by texting the word dogfight, one word. Text the word dogfight to 31996. Text the word dogfight to 31996. If you don't get a welcome message, then it did not sign you up. If you don't get one of my notifications after successfully signing up, it's either your carrier or where you're at as far as maybe you didn't have internet signal strength when the message went out, or it happens rarely, but sometimes you won't get one of those notifications. Hence, that's why we also post this on Facebook when we eat, that is. So what I'll do with this is I will send you a picture and sometimes even a little motivational message, and I'll say mess hall is open and you have from this time to that time to get your meal in. So it's, again, we're almost going to pretend we're in a boot camp. You're in a boot camp. And we're going to humble ourselves like little children so that we can inherit an abundant life, and we're in boot camp. And we want to follow orders. We want to submit to orders, and we want to do our best so that we can say we successfully finished this challenge at the end of 1 week. And one of the tools that I'll use to communicate with our recruits is text notification. So text the word dogfight to 31996. If you don't get a message, don't panic. We didn't kick you out of the thing. Sometimes people don't get those messages. Then you'd have to kind of plug into Facebook or ask somebody you know if I've eaten and hope that they're telling you the truth. You can journal. You must journal. You must journal. You can journal on the Shibboleth Journal app and sync it to the website. You can journal directly on the website. You can do it on paper. I wished you would. I know we're old school and you want to use paper, and that's fine. I'll take you at your word that you did journal on paper if you're not using the app or the website. But I believe with all my heart, because I've got the numbers to back it up, that those people that use that website daily, they make that a daily habit, whether they want to or not, they lose so much more weight. I've got the back end data. Can I just harp for a minute? I got to. Whether you want to do that or not, it's a mobile-friendly website. Whether you want to do it or not, do it. The data doesn't lie. All men are liars. The data doesn't lie. And the data shows that people that are members log into the website and do not use the journal, do not lose even close to the amount of weight that those that log in and use the journal daily do. It's like 2.5 times more weight loss than those who just log in and might put their weight in and things like that, but never journal. Please use the online journal. It will help you. Got a journal. Now, we've set up here on the base, we've set up an infirmary. We call it the infirmary. If you have a moment of mental weakness during this intense challenge, or you have a medical condition, safety first. We don't treat, we don't cure, we don't diagnose, we don't prescribe. We're not a doctor. Whatever the great physician tells you to do during a challenge or not, whatever God Almighty tells you to do, or whatever your medical provider tells you to do, trumps anything I tell you, even if they're wrong. Because they're the boss, not me. So if they tell you don't do this challenge, you ought not do it. If they tell you you ought not eat something on this list, you ought not do it. Okay, so that goes without saying. Safety first. Now, nothing's less safe than the way we've all been eating. I got to say that. So there's nothing on the challenge that's less safe than the way we've been eating. I get humored at times when folks say, well, I'm a picky eater. And I go, you ain't too picky. What you been eating that got you in trouble? Or they'll say, I got to eat gluten-free this and gluten-free that. And you find out that, Lord, they're eating gluten-free chips all day, or whatever it is. So this is I think this is safe. I think it's healthy. I think it's wholesome. I think it's godly to eat clean like this. But even if somebody wanted to make the case that this is not good for you to do, it's much better for you to do than what you've been doing. So if you have a moment of mental weakness during the challenge or a medical condition and cannot sustain the 16-hour fast, please go to the infirmary. There is an infirmary list on that homepage. You go to the infirmary section and you get to pick out one thing on that updated list. We'll look at the list every day, make updates as we need to. You look at that and you pick one thing out, just one. And that is you can visit the infirmary once each day without having to tap out. So if you can't hang in a given day, you can go to the infirmary and you can have something from the infirmary. It's boot camp time, right? You can do anything for 1 week. You have one item from the infirmary. If you have more than one item, you need to go tap out. Now, let me say this, and I hope everybody will get this part because it happens every challenge. Somebody makes an accidental mistake. It was purely accidental. It wasn't laziness. It wasn't just not honoring yourself. It was you looked at something wrong on the list. It wasn't that you didn't care and didn't look. It was you just misunderstood something. If you make an error because of a misunderstanding on your part or my part, an error on my part, you do not tap out over that. You correct the situation and you keep moving forward. However, if you're just doing whatever the heck you want, it's not a challenge at that point. If you're just doing regular Shibboleth, it's not a challenge at that point. And you have one of them days where you just don't care, it's all right. We all have those days. But if you screw up and you screw up on purpose, go tap out. Because that's what makes the challenge fun for everybody. And it'll make it fun for you the second or third or fourth week that you do it. Because if you could do this easily without any effort, it wouldn't be a challenge. So certainly many people are going to do the wrong thing purposely because of weakness and need to go tap out. You can catch us on the next round. That's what's good about a weekly challenge. There'll be another one next week. That's not to give you an out. That's not to give you an out. If you say that you're going to do something, you should darn well do it. Let's say you get into Wednesday or Thursday of next week and it's getting difficult. You shouldn't go tap. You're never going to become an overcomer until you say, you know what? I've only got 3 more days left to this challenge. And by George, I'm going to finish what I started out. And then I'll take next week because this is too hard. I'm not going to do it next week. But don't give up so easily. Don't give in and give up so easily. Exercise is not a requirement. Now, I'm going to show you all this on the website. That's why this orientation is taking a little while. I'm going to take a little while. I'm going to show you everything you need on the website. Everything you need. But I'm going to go over the gist of the challenge first. Exercise is not mandatory. It's not mandatory. But I'm going to give you suggestions. And those of you that do this will definitely experience the benefits of doing it. You'll notice that, yes, you can transform even in 1 week. You can really transform your body even in a week. You'll see noticeable differences when you follow this plan and you exercise. But exercise is not a requirement. Some people are not in a place where they're physically fit enough to do this stuff yet, but you will be. So if you partake in the exercise challenge, it's optional, not mandatory. You can earn your soldier badge. How do you do that? You get in 3 miles, 10,000 steps, 10 miles on a bike. Now these aren't ands. 3 miles or 10,000 steps or 10 miles on a bike. I misspoke. And 100 reps from a list of exercises. You can get your Spartan badge by getting in 7 miles or 20,000 steps or 20 miles on a bike and 200 exercise repetitions. You can earn your Savage badge by getting in 10 miles or 25,000 steps or 25 miles on a bike or 300 reps. Now, you don't have to do this every day. Here's what's great about the exercise, the optional exercise challenge. You could just pick one day and do it. You can just pick a day and do it. Maybe you want to go, you say, I'm gonna earn that Spartan badge on Tuesday. Go for it. Here's the kicker. If you sign up for an exercise challenge, an optional exercise challenge, you sign up for it in your journal, and you don't complete what you set out to complete, you don't earn one of these 3 badges, the system will award you the Sugar Britches badge. Why do we keep doing this with the Diet Devil stuff, the Sugar Britches? It signifies something, doesn't it? It's letting you know where your deficiency is. Your deficiency is in you can't keep to your commitment. You can't keep to your word. Do you see what I'm saying? You can't even keep to your word for a day. Maybe that's why we can't lose the weight and keep it off. So these challenges that we build in, when you officially accept them, unofficially, system doesn't know you're trying to do a challenge, so there's no badge. But when you officially say, you check off a box in your journal that says, I'm going to do the exercise challenge today, or I'm going to do a WOW challenge meal plan today. What you're saying is, I've thought about it, I've counted the cost, and I will see this through come hell or high water. And if I don't, I'm a Sugar Britches. So we have some fun with you there. In addition to the meal list, those of you that are familiar with the WOW challenges, you can choose that and follow that during the day if you like. That will give you some more variety, and we'll go talk about those in a moment. And you'll lose a lot of weight following the WOW challenges. If you accept one, though, you have to complete it. It works just like the exercise challenge. All right, I'm going to come out of here, and then I'm going to answer questions. Then we're going to go look at the website. First day of the challenge will be Monday. Monday. This week is all about me answering your questions, getting you up to speed, hopefully getting you excited through the rest of the week. We're going to try to really motivate you folks to get started next Monday, and then it's on midnight Monday. It is on. But this will give you a week to prepare. Supplements, I'm going to be, of course, it's a new year, so I'm taking metabolic nutrition system. I want to get the most out of my effort. This also helps appetite control, helps my body get what it needs, fill in any nutritional gaps so that I efficiently burn fat. I'm putting forth effort. I need to maximize my results, so I supplement. Supplements are not mandatory. I do hope everyone will take their vitamin of choice. I'll be taking Metabolic Nutrition System E for energy, appetite control, and extra fat burning. Not sure that we have any in the center. There will be a link shortly on that home page. I don't think we have any in the center. We are recording this, Miss Sherry, yes. The grocery list is, we're going to go to it next. Some of you may have come in a little late. That's okay. That's okay. It's not okay. Let me give you the link again. And Raj is still working on it, so check back. It'll be changed. Its look will change, and there'll be an edit or two to make. But let me give it to you right here. Here's where we find everything. This link that I just gave you. Oh, let me give you the supplement link too. I'm going to give you that. You still have plenty. I would highly recommend you get some Spark. I keep Spark with me everywhere I go. It ought to be on every counter in America. So www.advocare.com/110-8 or 08887. Now let's go and look at that the other link up there, the Shibboleth Ministry Dogfight link. I'm going to share my screen. All right, so I've got my screen up here. As we'll be able to see, they're still working on it. But this is the homepage for the Dogfight Challenge. This is the homepage. This is where everything will stay up to date during the challenge. Any changes we need to make. Are y'all with me? Is everybody with me? Okay, y'all with me. I see you. I got my chat up. I'm not going to go full screen right now so I can see your chat while I'm sharing my screen. So I scroll down now. After I process this recording, the orientation video will be here for people. People will be signing up for this all week. So maybe you can help me if they're asking, because everything that you need will be found with this link. Dogfight orientation video will be here once we get done here today. It'll take me a couple hours to get the video edited and processed and in here. But then we have our meal ideas and approved groceries. Let's click on that. You should see that now. Hey, Bobby. Hey, everybody. Hey, Steve. Jason. So here we go. We've got our meat list or protein. Notice we're doing this a little different than if you're brand new. Please understand this is a restrictive challenge. This is not the lifestyle. You want to go to the regular website, watch the daily doses, take the test, pass test, earn the badge so that you can learn to do this stuff for yourself. So we've broken these food groups down a little differently for the challenge. So we've got our protein, fish, and these all should be linked up properly. If you see something and you wonder what I'm talking about, hopefully the link will work. You log into the website and it'll show you what that is. Like there'll be a link to a Joseph's high fiber product so you can see what that is. So we got meats, fish, chicken breast, pork tenderloin, turkey breast, London broil, 96% lean ground meat, 97% Hebrew National Frank, shellfish, 2 to 4 ounces top round, 2 to 4 ounces flank, so on and so forth. Now, notice that I say there 97% Hebrew National Franks. There are many other weenies, Franks, that are approved for regular Shibboleth, that are fine on regular Shibboleth. Why didn't I put them here? Number one, this is a challenge. It's not the full program. We didn't want to do the full program. That's why we're doing a challenge, right? But the other reason is I've picked out the best stuff in its given category that will help you lose the most weight in a week. For example, a smoked white turkey frank. You will see in a ballpark smoked white turkey frank that there's much more starch in it than a Hebrew National Frank. And starch slows our weight loss down. So we've built this challenge out to just put for the best things here. Vegetables, you've got the list. If it's not on the list, it's not on the list. Okay? Can't have it for a week. Cooking fats, of course, you can use just water if you want to cook in water. Cooking spray would be fine. And then you have your approved cooking fats. Beverages, supplements, there's Advocare MNS right there. Vegetarian and vegan protein sources, breads, spices, seasonings, condiments, meal replacements. Meal replacement just means you don't have to worry about combining foods. When we go up here, what you'll do is you'll pick a protein source, you'll pick a fiber source, or you'll pick a protein source and a bread source. Do you see where I'm going with this? You want a protein source and a vegetable source or a bread source, so to speak. When you're putting them together, certainly you can follow the portion rule, the hand rule, but kind of do a mental checklist this week. Is that 350 or less? Oh, it was 270. Perfect. Had a hot dog. I had a 97% Hebrew National Frank with a La Tortilla factory tortilla and approved condiments, and that was 220 calories. I'm good. Okay, you don't want to just go up to 350 for the sake of going to 350. But if you put your meal together and it's 340, you know, okay, I'm kind of doing pretty good. Question, if we use Spark, how often can we use this each day? 1 to 3 times. I would not. 1 time a day is the most safe thing I can say. I drink it 3 times a day minimal. 1 to 3 times, 1 would be best. Can I have morning coffee with approved creamer if it's on the list? So let's go look at our list and find it. Let's see if it's on here. As an example, I look at condiments. I look through here and, I found approved coffee creamer. Approved coffee creamer. Check that out. So it was on the list. Is coffee on the list? Let's go see. Let's see. Oh, there's approved coffee. I get excited seeing it on the list too. Does that make sense? Okay. Now, meal replacements are items that you don't have to do any combining with. If it's there, it's there. You eat it by itself. It's a meal replacement. So if I want a shake, if I want a Quest bar, I'm in love with No Better Foods waffle. So, I can just pull that waffle out. I don't put anything else with it. I'm done. It's a meal replacement. Don't add anything else to it. Debbie asked, does bio coffee fall into the approved coffee category? It doesn't, but guess what? It is in the WOW challenges, and it is in the infirmary, I believe. Yes. So bio coffee is in the infirmary. Because, see, regular coffee, the approved way, using approved sweeteners and creamers, you can have freely. Bio coffee is great for you, but you cannot have freely. So that's our meal list. Does everybody any questions about that meal list? We've also got WOW meal plans. Let's talk about these. For those of you new to these are great. Here's how you do a WOW meal plan. Let me sign in here. I go in to my dummy account and I go right into WOW, War on Weakness. And I pick out one that I think that I would like. And there's a bunch of them, as you can see. So I find one of my favorites, Oh My G. It's called Oh My G. And now, here's how a WOW meal plan works. Remember, our program is a behavior modification program. That's why people think, man, they're getting supernatural results and so on and so forth. We bless the name of the Lord and we modify our behaviors. And that's why this program is so effective. So here's how we modify behavior. I find a challenge and I read it and I make sure that I'm willing to commit to it for a day. I read through it. I'm willing to commit to it specifically and exactly for a day. Yes, I can do all this. I want to do it. And then I go and I accept it. When do I want to accept this challenge? I'm going to do this tomorrow. And I've accepted. I have accepted it. So once I've accepted it, once I've accepted it, I go to my journal. And tomorrow, when I log in and it says January the 3rd, there will be a ring. Let me go back and show you the right way. Let me show you. I did it for tomorrow. Let me accept it for today so you can see. Let's say I accepted it for today. I've accepted for today. Spark Slim is approved. I'll put that on your list because that's a good one. Don't let me forget. I can't find my pen. My pen's gone. Notice that I'm in my journal. Look at this. Look at what happened in my journal. Now I've got this banner above my journal with a blue ring around it, and it says War on Weakness. This is telling me I made a decision. I'm saying I made a decision. Today I will do it. Not tomorrow, today. Today's the day of salvation. This day I will commit to myself and my plan, even if it gets difficult. Now, when I go down here, it'll tell me that I have a challenge going on called Oh My G. And I can look, see what I've committed to, and I must either complete it or tap out of it. If I tap out of it, I get a devil badge. If I complete it, I come back in here tomorrow and I mark complete, I get a War on Weakness badge. So this is how you do the wows. Okay? Do not underestimate this simple little feature's ability to get you, if you play the game right, to commit to yourself and to become a more committed person. You may not feel like you could do right for 6 months in a row, or 6 months in a row, but by George, every one of you you've got what it takes to say, today I will not go down. And here's what happens. You begin to get attached to that feeling of doing well. And before you know it, you become a much stronger, more committed person. In 6 months, you're like, I only had 7 holidays in 6 months. You know, you just become a disciplined freak. But how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time, okay? If the wow has 3 meals, we still only do two. Is that correct? You can only eat when I eat, so that would be correct. Yeah. Most of them, though, are going to be 2 meals. Notice that because I've selected it. Well, I've already said that. Okay. You've already heard. So does everybody get that part? All right. Now watch over here, the exercise challenge. You don't have to take zero drag with your meal. Oh, I get what you're saying. You're at, okay, I was going to say supplements aren't mandatory. You're saying it, yes. If you're taking any potent vitamin, if you can take a vitamin on an empty stomach and don't get queasy, it wasn't very potent. So we suggest the vitamin part you take with a meal so you don't get that queasy feeling. If you're doing the exercise challenge in the journal, here's where we do the exercise challenge. Everybody see that? If you want to try to earn one of those badges, like I've earned the Sugar Britches badge 14 times. Soldier badge, the Savage badge. So if you're doing the exercise challenge, you click on it, and it'll tell you who's participating of your friends, who's participating in the exercise challenge. I have no friends participating today. And it'll monitor your progress through the day and tell you which badge you've earned. So far, I've earned the Sugar Britches because I haven't input my walking miles or my exercise reps. Everything you need on this website, just about, can be found in your journal or in resources. Any questions about the exercise section? To officially enter and be eligible for dog tags, you have to go to the challenge tab And you have to accept the challenge. It will show up here in a couple of days, okay? It's not quite close enough to the start date for it to be showing up. But as soon as it shows up, it will be called the Dogfight Challenge. And you'll have to click the accept button. When you do click the accept button on the Dogfight Challenge, it's not there yet. We're not quite close enough for you to be the official entrant, okay? You'll have to put in 2 pictures. Now, some people are sheepish about this. They don't want to put in a front or side picture. You can put it in with a sports bra on, you know, anything that's like exercise attire that fits tight so you can see your transformation. Guys, if you want to do shirt off, you can do that. Just make sure they're tasteful. You have to put in 2 pictures, but if you're sheepish, you can put in pictures of flowers if you want to, okay? You won't ever get to see your transformation. But to get started and be an official entrant, you must put in 2 pictures, or it will not make you an official entrant. You can see when we've done these in the past, here's an example of one, and what you can see. You'll see everyone that's officially participating. April, let me show you how to do that in a moment. You can see Craig Holt lost 19.2 pounds in 1 week. You can see April lost 8.3% of her body weight in 1 week. You can see that Donna got in 205 miles in a week. Pretty incredible. And you can see that Miss Sosby, beautiful Miss Sosby, she got in 10,640 exercise reps. She killed it. All right. So this shows who's participating, the badges they've earned, the weight that they lost, and you can communicate with them, okay? You can encourage them, brag on them, you can blog, you can do the more you immerse yourself in this challenge for 1 week, the better success you'll have, okay? Yeah, the Dogfight Challenge has not been posted yet just because you got to be, I think the way the system works is we got to be a little closer to time for the challenge to start before it shows up. Pretty sure. I'll ask our developer to go on and get it up there today so y'all can get excited and get in there. But I'll notify you either way when it's up and ready for you to sign up. Okay? It's the Dogfight Challenge, not the Purge one. Everybody clear on how to become an official entrant? Betty, I think it would be difficult. Jason's not, we're not keeping up with each other's challenge. A lot of folks wanted him to do one because it's more food. They just needed the accountability. And mine's less food and accountability. So it depends on which route you want to go. I think it would be very, very difficult to do both. What is the best way for us to get on track now rather than waiting for the official start date? What I would be doing is living the Shibboleth lifestyle. I would return to zero. Return to zero. Start over. Refresh yourself with the daily doses. Become committed to journaling and follow the Shibboleth lifestyle. Don't forget, the Shibboleth lifestyle is how people lose their weight and keep it off. So I would get started with your lifestyle now, because when this challenge is over for you, you're mentally taxed out with it. If you go back to old bad eating behaviors, you're just going to gain all your weight back. So you want to go back to your lifestyle, okay? So I would begin today. Hopefully you did on the 1st, but I would begin today eating breakfast for the Father, lunch for the Son, dinner for the Holy Spirit, the right food combinations, the right portions. If you're brand new, you should have got an email that said, watch the daily doses, take the test, pass test, earn the badge. Let this be the week that you earn your phase 1 badge and you follow your starter meal plan, because these are challenges. And then you'll be ready. You'll lose some weight this week, and then you'll be ready for a great week come Monday, if that makes sense. We don't want you to wait for a week to get started. We're getting your life back. Okay. Hope that makes sense. All right. Let's go. We're going to go back to our homepage now. Going back to our homepage. More stuff here for you to do. You kind of want to make sure you go check off this list here, right? You've got the infirmary. You've got the standings during the week. You've got your Facebook group. All right, here's the Facebook group that you go to and request entry into. This is very important. To help Joan out, Joan usually has to go make sure everybody's a member, and that takes a minute per person. So this time, to get in this group, you'll request entry to this group, this Facebook group, and it'll ask you a question. It'll ask, how many diet demons have you slain? How many diet demons have you slain? The right answer to the secret question is the secret password, 42,000. So you'll just type in 42,000. It's a biblical thing, by the way. How many diet demons have you slain? You'll type in 42,000. Joan will see that, and Joan will let you in. That's how we can make sure that it's just people who are officially doing this and doing it the right way. You've got to have the password. That lets us know you actually spent time on the orientation. We're trying to keep this thing clean of people who aren't really officially doing it, because it bogs things down, and it's a lot of information, so you're going to have questions, but we want to keep them at a minimal as far as questions. What do I do? How do I start? What do you mean? Can I have a ballpark, Frank? You know, whatever. You get the gist. So the answer is just the number 42,000. And that will let you right in to the Facebook group. Okay? Does that make sense? Everything you need is going to be right here. It'll take you to the Dogfight official community on the website, take you to Tap Out, will take you to the app. Everything that you need is going to be summarized on this homepage. You're really going to need to stay abreast of everything going on. You're going to need the Facebook group and hopefully text notifications if you have the ability to do those two things. Let me try clicking on it. It went there for me. You might want to refresh your screen. It went there for me, but in any case, I'll give you the link anyway. It took me right there. You might want to refresh. Not sure. There you go. There's your Facebook group. You should go right to it. Any questions or comments? I'm here for you. It's the beginning of a new year, and my time belongs to you, but I know your time is valuable. So talk to me. Any questions? Now's the time. Be getting your stuff up, getting ready, getting fired up. Jack will be with us if need be. If everybody starts getting the mully grubs, he will definitely show up. Good to see you, Karis. This is so fun, so easy. Don't let all this information overwhelm you. This is so fun. Spend this week preparing for the challenge too, getting your food supply ready, getting your supplements ready, and be so determined to do 1 week so strong, stay so mentally positive, so mentally tough. Do it under the Lord. Spend this week coming up with your why, coming up with a vision board, writing down your goals. Let this week be a time of, I'm getting ready to go to boot camp, and I mean to go to war. Yes, if you complete this challenge or any other WOW challenge, if you officially accept the challenges and complete a challenge, the Diet Devil badge goes away. I'm not planning on a 1 meal day for this challenge. I'm not planning on a one meal day. Yes. If you're doing yoga or Orange Theory, let me look at Facebook. Yeah, I just got that too. Huh. Try joining again. Has anybody tried to join the Facebook group? No, you cannot go to the infirmary when doing a WOW challenge. Okay, so it did ask the diet demon question. Okay, cool. When we get done here, we'll start letting y'all in, okay? All right, so Orange Theory. Let me share my screen and show you how I would journal that. Again, it's on the honor system, really, because there's no way to journal yoga the way our website's set up. Let me go back in there. Go into resources. You can go directly into the exercise section, or you can go into the exercise section from your journal. It's also in your journal. Here are the exercises. And what we've done here, we've added CrossFit is in here somewhere. For those that do CrossFit, I do CrossFit. So here's CrossFit. I just put in my reps. I'm just looking, remember, our website's about wellness. We're trying to get people active and get people moving. So you could do it there. Orange Theory, you could just do miscellaneous exercise reps and they would count. I'd probably go in right here and just put in the reps, okay? Like here, I put in 300 reps, the time, so on and so forth. Any weight that I used, you could put, but all it's looking for is for you to save the number of reps you did. So what I would suggest with yoga, you probably in your mind kind of count the number of the Orange Theory. Isn't that like it's like circuit training, I've heard. But you could probably mentally, like I do CrossFit, so I can mentally count my reps. I know how many jump ropes I did. I know how many push presses I did. And then I put those in there on the honor system. With yoga, I would look at it more like if you do a half an hour, I would look at that maybe like 100 rep total. If you do a full hour, I'd probably look at that as a 300 rep total. You know, just use some common sense with that and do it on the honor system and be a little tougher on yourself than lax. You don't want to put in 300 reps when you only did 10 minutes of yoga. Does that make sense? High intensity training, yes. High intensity interval training. I've heard it's a lot like CrossFit, but you can, except for not the heavy weights. But anyway, you get what I'm saying. I think I haven't done it, so I'm not familiar. But if there's a way to keep your rep scheme in mind, I would just put in the rep. If you want to earn the badges, I just put in the reps in one of those miscellaneous exercise sections. Yeah, I did record this. With running, you put in your steps or your miles. Steps or miles. And there's a place in the journal that says walking miles. That could be running miles. You're wanting to put your miles in. You can pull up the page now, Sandy. Yeah, it's already there. The grocery list is already there. Yeah. Somebody just posted it for me. Y'all can't find the homepage of the Dogfight Challenge? Well, let me give it to you again. Maybe there was a problem with it. Thanks, Melissa. Melissa's helping me out there. There you go. You may see that a few times today. Oops, it can't be found. And that's probably because Raj, our developer, is updating it. He keeps adding stuff that I ask him to add. Does that make sense? So just keep trying, because anytime he's making an edit, you won't be able to see it temporarily. If riding a bike, can the miles be accumulated during the day, or must they be done at one time? They can be accumulated during the day. You're going to be following the 112 rule, 112 hours of fasting during a week. You're going to be in fat burning so much that any activity you do, whether all at once or spread out through the day, is going to burn that body fat like cray-cray. Bobby says, I'll be having a full knee replacement in the coming weeks. The walking exercise will be very limited. No, it's not mandatory. Exercise is not mandatory. Most weight is lost by and how what you eat and how often you eat and what portion of it you eat, controlling insulin. Exercise, the Bible says, profits the body little. It's a profit, and I know our exercise enthusiasts don't like to hear this, but it does not compete or compare to just good nutrition when it comes to being healthy and losing weight. All about nutrition. Very small percentage of results comes from exercise, but it's good to keep the body moving. The life and health of the flesh is in the blood, so we want to keep the blood. And that's also going to help with the skin, how our skin looks when we lose a lot of weight. You want to keep that muscle reconstituting itself. And that's what exercise does. And it does profit. But I know so many people that they're losing weight, doing great, and then go to a gym, and the first thing the trainer does is says you need to eat more, and then I see them 6 months later, and they've gained all their weight back because they thought I can exercise, and therefore I can have more food. Wrong. Absolutely. Cannot out-train. Melissa, ask Melissa. Hey, Melissa. Cannot out-train bad eating. So true. And people try to do it. Anybody else? Any other questions? Any comments? Are you excited? I hope so. I hope you're fired up about doing it. Even though it's a week away, I wanted to give you plenty of time to get ready. Would fat-free chicken broth be approved? I just made the A-drop soup and love it. I could live on it a long time. I'll make sure it's on the list. I believe it is on the list, though. Fat-free chicken broth. I will make some note. Let me do this with my finger on my iPad. That's what the thing's for, isn't it? Now's the time to make a request known. Anybody else? I got fat-free chicken broth, Advocare Slim to add. You want tofu on the vegan list? Miracle Noodles is already on there. Egg Whites International's Egg Whites, that's already on there. Anybody else? Question is, so when you post what you've eaten, do we eat what you eat? No. You just have to eat when I eat or 4 hours after. You don't eat what I eat. You can, but you don't have to. You just have to eat from the list. Whole eggs is on the list. It's already on there. Meat chips are not approved for the challenge. I'm sorry. They're fine on regular Shibboleth, but we can't do them on the challenge. I'm trying to watch that starch. Scott, you're close. 42,000. 42,000. Yes, you won't have to. If you're eating, you won't. I just want you to know what I'm trying to accomplish, and it'll kind of give you an idea. Like if I send you something that says I text you and I ate at 8 p.m., you can kind of figure now when Travis is going to be eating the next day because he's going to get his 16-hour fast in. Does that make sense? By me telling you a little more what I'm doing and why I'm doing it, it'll help you plan your meals better. But if you do what I do, you're gonna hit that fast for sure. Boiled cabbage is definitely on the list. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, Crystal, I recorded it. It will take me a couple hours to get it processed and edited. Then it will be on the home page of the dogfight list under orientation video. A great place to ask questions when we end this broadcast is going to be the Facebook group. No Progresso Light soup unless it's on the list. I may have put it in the infirmary. I don't remember. But no, it's not on the list. I'm pretty sure. Sorry. I'm sorry. To get on the text notification, you just text the word dogfight. One word. Text that word to this number. Text dogfight to 31996. Sugar-free gum is already on the list. It's already on the list. It's different. I had to do a different one because some of the people that don't know how to get off that other list, they getting ill with me for still texting them. So I just started a new one. So it's only the people that want to get this information. You have to do that with those text services. You're not supposed to. They report. I get reported for spam when somebody signed up for my list because they don't know how to get off the list. So they report me. So we started a new list, fresh list. Still confused. If eating only one meal, how do you do? We're not going to be eating only one meal. That's okay. It's not a big deal. If I can help somebody and it's going to cost me 30 cents a day to help them, that she's fine doing that. Unless you don't want her on there. Yeah, you should be able to already be getting in the dogfight. Let me give it to you again. This is the home. This is where, if you get lost, this is where you can find anything and everything. The only time it'll be offline is if he's making an edit. See you later. Still confused about the wow. If eating only one meal, how do you do the challenge? Just eat one time? You're not slow, Paula, not at all. Just follow the wow challenge exactly as it stipulates, and you'll be fine. I said earlier, let's do this. My first edit to the challenge. If you pick out a wow, you follow it exactly. You follow it exactly. You can omit things, but you can't add things to it. And you'll eat your meals. You can still have those that are on that wow challenge, but you can only be eating them when I eat or within 4 hours. So 4 hours after I eat. Only when the mess hall's open can you eat things from the wow challenge, because we're trying to help you get that 16-hour fast. But try to follow it exactly if you do a wow challenge. Shouldn't be the same text from the Christmas one. Oh, well, yeah, it will, because it's still 31996, but it's a different code. So you did right. That's right. But you should have got a different welcome message, right? It's not a different number. It's just a different keyword. You can have as many meals as is on the wow challenge, but they still have to be eaten within my time zone. You can only eat those meals when the mess hall's open. Did that make more sense? Was that Devin? Yeah. Devin, does that make more sense? You can eat all the grub that's on the wow challenge, but only you can only be eating on those meals when the mess hall's open. You can, because it's a challenge, Belinda, you can only eat when I post it's time to eat. Yes, the wow challenge option is on the dogfight list. The entire summary, thank you, Melissa. The entire summary is on that homepage. So if you get lost because there's so many elements to it and you go, I don't know where to go, that one link will get you to everything. There's that link again, Susie. Yes, I would take pictures of what you eat and post them. The more you immerse yourself into it. Of course, if you said you did it right on the honor system and you don't want to immerse yourself in it that way, you're still fine. But you'll get more out of it, and so will your team members. So will your team members. Any other questions, comments? I'm excited for you. Remember why you're doing this. You're going to get your life back this year. It's a new year. You're not going to let it slip by. Not again. You're going to get in a dogfight with yourself, with the diet devil, getting ready to start. You've got your plan. You're going to get your stuff up. You're ready to go. You're doing a cabinet clean out, a pantry clean out. You're going for it. Good stuff in the house for you and the family. You can have a diet devil cabinet that you keep locked up so the kids can occasionally have something that's some Oreos or something, but you need to get them out of your space. It's a new world, new life. Get fired up. Use this week to prepare your mind, heart, body, soul, spirit. Give it all you got. This is life we're talking about. Yes, water is the same requirement, half a gallon up to 1 gallon per day. Thank you, Ann. That means a lot. It means a lot. Our team does put a lot into it. We spend every resource we can scrape to make it, to put it into this kind of stuff to make things more fun for you guys. It means a lot that you see that. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Is that, I can't see, Kate Pippin. Kate, thank you so much. Glad that you're here. Glad you're with us. It's going to be fun. Thank you. Is that Betty maybe? Thank you. Thanks so much. All right, y'all. I'm going to get off of here now. Thank you, Scott. I'm going to get off of here. Sarah, is that Sarah? We're going to meet these goals, I guarantee you. Is that Sarah? Yep, Sarah. Hey. I'm going to get off of here. Thank you, everybody, for coming. We'll probably do this again this week, maybe even a couple times, because it's so important, I believe. I think it's important to get you some momentum. Probably do this a couple more times this week. Answer any questions that you might come up with during the week as you're preparing for this thing. But give it all you got. Do your best with it. When I get off here, we'll continue to make edits to our homepage. I'll be processing this video and getting it out to everybody. And if you have questions, ask it there in the group. We'll start monitoring that, letting folks in. That's it. Ready for war. Dogfight. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you so much. Just bless the name of the Lord. Bless the name of the Lord. Thankful, guys. All right, God bless. Let's have a great 2018. Get ready to get in a dogfight.